Let's talk a little bit about follow up. What do you do after the open house? One last piece too is what happens if there's nobody at my open house? You may have a busting at the seams open house, 15, 20 people. You may have people coming with agents. You may not. Somewhere in the middle is often where it falls. But I've done open houses where 0 people came in. What do you do with that time?
Yeah, I think it's super important to actually have a plan of what you're going to do at that time before you run into that problem. So whether that's, calling the pond, working your pipeline, following up with clients, dedicating FUB time, whatever is useful of your time, and having that like set aside as a backup plan. Like if nobody shows up, this is what I'm going to be working on.
Yeah, that way it's a productive day regardless.
Yep.
It's your office time.
Yep. It's
Well,
just like, sitting in the office
remember Ness told a story too when he was just starting in real estate. He did open houses almost every day of
every
the
day.
week,
Yeah.
and he used them as his office.
Like 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
It just like pop a sign and just like make calls.
Post up, make calls, do the things he'd do anyway, but have a chance at meeting a buyer and getting a really good financial payout. If
Yeah.
it's,
Double dipping.
AG business. Yeah, I love that idea. So don't just sit there, twiddle your thumbs, get frustrated. Use the time. Build a flyer, build a market update, read a book, listen to an audible, whatever it is
Yeah.
that helps you stay sharp. Use that time, whether you're doing a 2-hour or a 4-hour or a Dave Ness 8-hour open house.
Yeah. On a Tuesday.
So then let's say you have captured some people's information. And obviously, if you have a sign-in sheet, you'll have that. Whether it's true or not, we don't yet know. Some people put bogus info. If you've done the no sign-in sheet and just connected the info of the people that you really connected with, that is very worthwhile in following up on. And so I think it starts with a simple thank you text. Hey, great to meet you guys. Thanks so much for coming to my open house. And then we want to have a plan of action. Like, what are we going to ask for? What are next steps? So we've got some scripts in the presentation that you could use in the slides that are sample scripts for open house follow-up. But really, you want to convey that you can help them with anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think referencing back to something that you talked about with them, if you built rapport with them, and then just letting them know that, hey, I'm not just this one listing agent at this one house. Like, I can help you with any of your real estate needs, outside of this house. Because a lot of people come into an open house and think that you're just that listing agent. You can't help them. You're just trying to sell that house.
Yeah.
But you can. And then bottom line is follow up with them.
Yeah.
Like follow up, because you wouldn't believe how many people get somebody's phone number or get people on a sign-in sheet and they don't follow up with them. Like those are people that might want to buy real estate and might have real estate to sell.
Yeah. And if you're using the OFQs of where did you travel in from as part of your process, you're going to learn which people are there with high intent. I always had a little book that I would write down the people's names, even if I put their info in my phone, and put a star by it, for the people that, looked at it on the MLS and came to see that open house. And then also, pro tip, put some notes that help you remember what you talked about with those people. And it might just be like tall guy with a hat talked about the Broncos. Something that helps you remember who's who, because you don't really know these people that well yet. And so you want to speak in a way that resonates with them. So whatever it was you talked about, I always like to ask, what's on tap for the rest of the day?
Yeah.
And then I would write that down, and I'd follow up and say, hey, you guys ended up going to that concert?
Yeah.
How was it? How was the
Easy.
show? Or you ended up, the kids win the soccer game, whatever. It helps you connect on that friend level with some follow up that,
Yeah.
is something they've done and you get to ask about.
Yeah. And the other thing too is like letting them know that you're available, because they're out right now looking at an open house because they saw that there was an open house, and letting them know that, guys, if you see a house that you like and there's no open house on it, like hit me up. Like I can get you in there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people will wait for that open house, or they'll go to Zillow and request a tour and they might not come to you.
Exactly. Exactly. And even use, hey, something I do for all the people that come to my open houses, whether we even work together or not, is try to intentionally set some time aside for them to find out if there's any ways I can help them on what they're trying to do with their real estate goals. And you dial the pressure back by saying whether we work together or not, and the fact that other people have told you this was beneficial, they kind of want to get in on that, right? I would treat them like a really valuable lead, and I would follow up via text, email, phone as needed. Try them all. Don't just text them, and if they don't respond, quit. No, pick up the phone. I think it's way better to say, hey, we chatted. Nice. I was the guy you met at the open house. How was the rest of your weekend? Yeah, I'm actually carving out some time for my next weekend, and I know you guys came open house wise. I just like Braden said, if there's other houses you see that aren't having an open house, let's go check them out.
Yep,
So
I'm your guy.
yeah. And remember, you don't need to connect with 14 people that came into your open house. If you just get one or two, that is a massive win. That's worth every second of the time you prepped and put into it.
The return on investment is crazy.
Is massive. Just think about that. They buy a 600K house, average price point in Denver. You're making what, 15 grand
Yeah,
ish
off that $80 that you put into
the
balloons and shit.
into balloons and snacks and whatever else you're doing, flyers.
Yep.
So yeah, follow up super important. And I encourage, if you're spending your time on a weekend to do an open house, don't shortchange yourself. Follow up hard and kind of aggressively, but not perceived as aggressive. Don't just let them go. So that's a little bit about follow up, and that rounds out our open house training in these video snippets. We also have the video you'll see after this of Nathan talking about lead capture solely through using Sierra for it.